here are 5 ways we can prepare for the future of work. Now, the first way is to be an early adopter. We can learn about and use new technology as it becomes available, or even better, before it's available to the rest of the world. So be an early adopter. I believe every employee will have one or more AI assistant working for them in the near future, and many already do. I mentioned Siri, Alexa, Zapier, etc. All these different automated tools that people are already using, myself included. So get your hands on the latest technology that could help you with any aspect of your job. How? You could sign up for free trials, join beta tests, apply to be a guinea pig for your friend's new project. Maybe it's an AI assistant that can schedule meetings. Maybe they can mine policy documents and answer FAQs like our capacity platform. Or maybe it's an automation workflow tool that can help you quickly audit your executive's time so that you can be more strategic with their schedule, like Zapier is the one I mentioned earlier that I use to automatically track my executive's time from his Google Calendar to a Google Sheet, and then I'm able to track where he spends his time. Whatever it is, be on the hunt for opportunities to use tools that are shaping the future. Another bonus to being an early adopter is you can provide valuable feedback to the developers and the creators of the tools so they can become more user-friendly and practical for everyone. Nothing worse than a bunch of developers developing a product in a silo in a basement somewhere and then bringing it into the world, and it's not useful, it's not practical because they're then getting feedback from real users. So learn to work with AI, be an early adopter. If you aren't sure where to look for opportunities to be an early adopter, you can start by educating yourself. So take an AI course, listen to a machine learning podcast, read books and articles on the future of work. So to help you kick off your AI learning, I put together a list of helpful AI resources that you can download via the link in my article at goburrows.com/AI. Again, goburrows.com/AI at the bottom of the slide. All right. You may be up to speed on all the latest and greatest software. Some of you have been reading these articles already, have been looking up these resources already, and you're hip to modern business tactics, and you're crushing it with your developing your leadership skills. But how emotionally smart are you? The next way to future-proof your career is to develop your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. Keeping human-only skills sharp is another key to future-proofing your career. Robots will never know what it's like to be human. They will never be able to feel your pain, experience your joy, know how badly you missed a loved one. They'll never be able to be as intuitive as an emotionally aware human being. So how do we cultivate our emotional intelligence, or EQ? Here are a few ways to develop an EQ, and I got a few of these from a Forbes article I sourced in my goburrows.com/AI article, FYI. The first one is respond, don't react to conflict. Reacting is when we let our emotions get the best of us and lash out or blow up. Responding is when we control our emotions, take a deep breath, consider the situation, and then we think about what we're going to say before we say it. So learn to respond instead of reacting. All right, be intentional with your vocabulary. There's a difference between saying, Jeff is a bad team member, versus when Jeff shows up late to most meetings, it communicates to the rest of us that he doesn't value or respect us or our time. So be intentional with your vocabulary. Be clear with specifics on why a thing is a certain way or why a person is a certain way, if you want to actually be helpful and be intelligent emotionally. Next one is employ empathy. So if a coworker is struggling to produce, put yourself in their shoes. Did they recently have a personal event that was difficult to deal with? Did they just get a new boss? Did they just have to move to the different side of the office and they're dealing with those dynamics? Perhaps they're just simply having a bad day. Employ empathy. That is something that is going to set you apart from the artificial intelligence software and tools and automation. is being empathetic with people. And then the last way to develop your EQ that I want to share is to check your motives. So you should practice self-awareness by questioning the motives behind what you say or do. So an example would be, why did you gossip about your executive at lunch? Was it because you wanted attention? Was it because you're afraid to talk to them directly? Because you have a fear of conflict? Really developing a strong sense of self-awareness is a great way to develop your emotional intelligence. So check your motives. Really look for the root behind why you said that or why you did that. So in short, ways to develop EQ: focus your time and energy on being more human. So next, you can prepare for the future by solving problems others have yet to solve. Look for problems plus suggest solutions. You could sit on your hands, complain about what's wrong, let other people figure out solutions, and eventually be replaced by an AI assistant someday. Or you can use your unique vantage point as an EA who sees almost everything to identify and solve problems in your company. If you're a self-motivated problem solver who constantly brings solutions to the table, you will not be replaced by AI someday. You have nothing to worry about. Sure, your solutions may not always be the best answer to a given problem, but failing over and over is often the only way to solve some problems. You might as well help the team fail quicker, right? Another pro tip on this topic is that identifying the right problem and suggesting a poor solution is often more valuable than providing an amazing solution to the wrong problem. Again, identifying the right problem, but suggesting a maybe bad solution or a solution that doesn't work can be more valuable than identifying the wrong problem and providing an amazing solution to that wrong problem. So again, look for problems, suggest solutions, be a problem solver. And then the next way to future-proof your career is to be a generous networker. When I was single, my good friend shared a dating rule I had never heard. He said, "You can't kiss her until you find out her middle name." Now, I've been happily married for over 9 years, so I don't know if this rule is still applicable in the dating scene today. But in a way, this piece of dating advice applies to the professional networking scene. No one likes the networker who tries to sell you something or asks you for a favor as soon as they find out your name. They could at least buy you a drink first, right? So as you network with people in person or online, keep this question on the top of your mind. How can I truly help this person in this moment? Help could simply mean you listen to them rant about their day. It could mean suggesting a software tool you use that solves the exact problem they're having. It could be introducing them to a friend in the industry. It could be sharing a blog post of theirs on, to your LinkedIn network. But notice how none of these examples involve you getting something out of them. It's you giving them something and helping them and being generous. So help others, but don't keep score. Don't help someone with the expectation that they'll owe you something in return. If you help people without keeping score, you'll master the art of networking. And if you master the art of networking, you'll be infinitely more valuable to your company than an AI with 0 LinkedIn connections. And the last way to future-proof our careers for the AI revolution should go without saying, but unfortunately, I must say it. Be kind to people. If you're a jerk, good luck outlasting a robot who does what it's told without the attitude. When the recession hits and companies look to trim their headcount, you better believe they're going to try their darndest to keep the employees who are pleasant to be around. And AI won't ask you how your elderly father is holding up after his hip replacement. A software won't be sensitive to the fact that you were crying in the break room because your cat died over the weekend. And AI can't offer you a ride when your car breaks down. Okay, maybe in some places you can get a ride with, an autonomous car, but you get the idea. Treat humans like they're people who matter because they are. So be kind to people. Be generous in your networking. So, to recap, here are 5 ways to future-proof your career. Be an early adopter, develop your emotional intelligence, look for problems and suggest solutions, and again, look for the right problems. Be a generous networker, and be kind to people. So to simplify all of these into one tip on how to future-proof your career for the AI revolution that, again, is already happening, be more human.